absolute pleasure to have Rivka kick us off, take us back all the way to the beginning of Millions Missing. And I will echo many of the themes that have been repeated. Apologies, my spoons are low too, but here we're gonna do this. And I just also want to, I'm so glad for all the new people who are here with us this Millions Missing. And I want to honor and remember those who have not made it and those who we've lost. You're not forgotten. And I just want to do that. Thanks. Okay, so I got sick just out of college in 2005, and I've remained chronically ill and disabled for the past 17 years. It took me far too long to realize that I was not alone. I wasn't just some medical anomaly. You know, there are millions of us who get sick and we stay sick without the healthcare, social services, and medical research that we desperately need. You know, the other few years ago, I had an epiphany. I was visiting, probably it was my 12th doctor in a row, and I was in yet another hospital, walking down some long corridor, probably with my cane. It seemed to stretch on forever, disoriented, not sure where I was going. So I look up at the wall, and you know, of course, there are all those directions there with the arrows pointing one way to one specialty or another. Long list of options. And it was really in that moment, looking through all these different specialties and at the same time feeling lost, that I realized there's no place for me here. That was the feeling and sense that I had, that like there were all these spaces, but none of them was for me. I was being bounced back and forth from doctor to doctor who didn't know what to do with me and didn't really seem to want to be bothered with me. I was getting lost in the healthcare system that wasn't designed to include me. Now I work with an amazing team of people at ME Action, advocating across agencies and our federal government for the needs of people with ME, long COVID, and complex and chronic conditions. Navigating federal bureaucracy can sometimes feel like getting lost in the bowels of that large hospital again years ago. But whenever I feel discouraged, I remember that the obstacles I'm facing are design choices. They have been made by those who don't have the chronically ill and disabled in mind. And the good news is we don't have to accept this system or the status quo as it is. We can band together and fight for change. At every level, in every area, we can resist our marginalization if we do it together. It's not quick or easy work, but we do have power. Power that doesn't ultimately stem from money or influence, but a people-based power that has driven social movements before us. You may be sick, you may be disabled, but you are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not alone. We find our way out of this mess by doing it together. As the Millions Missing, we commit first of all to each other, that we refuse to let anyone in our community get left behind. And you've heard speaker after speaker emphasize that point. That means understanding the common thread that runs through all of our stories, and also, very importantly, the ways that we have been differently impacted by specific forms of injustice and marginalization. So welcome to the movement for the Millions Missing. Now let's go create the world we want to live in that includes all of us. Thank you all.